What up? It's your boy Wall Street, and it's March. So, just like you, I'm involved in the madness. And I love March Madness because it's basketball all the time, all day, every day, basically, for the first, couple of rounds and stuff, and then it gets a little different. But I also like, the underdogs and all the stories and all that stuff. Love March Madness. Still a bigger fan of the NBA, but, March Madness is where a lot of NBA stars are born. So today I want to talk about a college basketball player whose name has been getting thrown around a lot, in the coming 2025 NBA draft. And his story is a bit more unique than, some other players. So I want to talk about Bennett Stirtz, who is a 6'4" point guard from Liberty, Missouri. And he actually started his college career playing at the Division II level at Northwest Missouri State. He started playing there for his coach that he wound up transferring to play for, Ben McCollum. So Ben McCollum was the head coach at Northwest Missouri State, got the job at Drake University, and he took Bennett Stirtz with him, along with one of Bennett's teammates at Northwest Missouri State, Mitch Muscari. So really class act move by Ben McCollum to do that, and it's proven to be the good choice, right? Like, Drake came into the tournament as an underdog, and they wind up beating Missouri, right? They came in as the 11th seed. They beat Missouri, who was a 6th seed, by 10, 67-57. Bennett had 21 points. He also had the team high in assists at 4 assists. They wind up losing to Texas Tech. I can't talk, guys. I hope you make fun of me in the comments because I can't talk. Texas Tech, who was the 3 seed, beat Drake. That was on Saturday, the 22nd. It was a 13-point loss. Bennett Stirtz, again, 21 points. He had 8 assists this time. Led the team in both points and assists. And a lot of people are talking about, is this guy good enough to be a first-round pick, right? And up until the tournament, I didn't even know anyone was thinking that this dude was going to get drafted. I obviously thought, okay, this guy's got talent. He's good. I didn't know a lot about him, but the thing that stood out to me the most was he is leading NCAA Division I in minutes, okay? In 34 games played this season, he played an average of 39.2 minutes per game. That is one of the craziest stats I've seen. Because if you guys are familiar, college basketball plays 2 20-minute halves, unlike the NBA that plays 4 12-minute quarters for a total of 48 minutes. That means he is essentially playing the entirety of every game. He must be taking a break for 30 seconds, right? Because he's missing 0.8 minutes of the game. That's it. So, and his teammate that also came with him from Northwest Missouri, Mitch Muscari, also was averaging 38.3 minutes per game. So I think that has a lot to do with Ben McCollum coaching them previously and, wanting them to get out there. He has a lot of trust in those players. Obviously, he's been with them for a long time. But this team just did really well this season. You don't normally hear about Drake being a good basketball team. They've had success here and there, but they start out the season 12-0, right? And walked into the tournament 30-3. So really just a crazy season. Bennett Stirtz had a couple of games with double-digit assists, had a game with 11 assists, had a game with 12 assists, a couple games with 9 assists as well. And he's a great ball handler. He's a great off-the-ball mover as well. He's pretty explosive. And just the fact that he's able to play so many minutes just shows how great of an athlete he is. It shows how good of shape he is, how dedicated he is to playing the game. And he plays hard, right? And I say this time and time again on this channel. It's if a dude plays hard, it's not even the difference between an average player and a good player. It's really the difference between an average player and a borderline great player is how hard you play, because that's something that you can control. And so many guys just don't play as hard as they possibly can. They don't go after every loose ball. They don't chase their shot once it goes up. Like, there's just certain things that you can do to impact the game on a small level that add up over the course of the game. And I feel like he does those things. So Jonathan Givony, who's like, the NBA mock draft wizard over at, Draft Express, ESPN, he had Bennett ranked as the 30th best NBA prospect playing in the tournament, which I don't think means he's the 30th best prospect, like on his big board. But he's been very complimentary of Bennett Stirtz, I will say. I mean, like, he's said a lot of great things about him. He's said that, he's got terrific shot making ability. He's got the size. He's got skill. He knows how to play with pace. He definitely has first round talent. I just don't know if he gets drafted in the first round, right? Because he's 21 years old. He's only had 1 year of D1 basketball, right? He played 2 years previously at Northwest Missouri. But there's a couple of mock drafts now that have him going late second round. I think ESPN's mock draft has him going 55th overall to the Lakers. Bleacher Report has him going 48th overall to the Jazz. So I definitely think this guy is worthy of a pick in the draft. I just don't think he's going to make it into the first round, but we'll see what happens at the combine, team interviews. Like I said, I think this guy he's got great energy. He's got great character from what it sounds like. He was emotional after the loss to Texas Tech. And, I think guys like this get undervalued when they really should be valued heavily, because this is a guy that'll bring energy. He's going to bring, speed, athleticism, playmaking, scoring. He's very well-rounded, right? So I think this is a guy that can develop into a niche player. He can also develop into a guy that plays extremely well at everything, right? Like, think about guys that have gone undrafted too in the past, guys that weren't really touted as much in college. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. Derek White was a D2 player, I think, at like Colorado Springs, and then transferred to Colorado. And obviously, Derek White was a big piece of why the Celtics won the championship last season, and he's a great player, and he does a lot of the things I'm saying that Bennett does, doing the little things, going after loose balls, playing defense hard. Derek White has literally lost teeth on the court because he does not care about contesting a shot, anything. Like, he will get dunked on. He does not care. Right? And I think this is the type of energy you're going to get if you draft Bennett Stirtz. So we'll see what happens, man. I do just want to kind of advocate for this guy. I think it's super impressive, just the level of progression going from D2 to D1 and playing as well as he has throughout the entire season. So we'll see if he enters the draft. I would say this is the time that he should do it. I don't think it makes a lot of sense to come back and do it again, because he's just going to be a year older, and, NBA GMs hate guys that are over the age of 21 for whatever reason. So I don't think that should be the case, but sometimes you just gotta play the game how it's set up. So that's all, guys. I wanted to give you the lowdown on my guy Bennett. I think he's a great NBA prospect, and I hope he gets picked in the draft. I hope he gets picked by the Wizards in the second round of the draft if he's still available. I think that'd be a great pick for them. Just adding more energy guys with the right attitude to a team. That's all you need. So let me know your thoughts down below. As always, guys, stay safe, handle business, stand on business. Peace.